Hola clase, ¿cómo están ustedes? Yo estoy muy bien, gracias. Vamos a comenzar clase con un chiste, or to understand how in Latin or in Spanish, how they say ha 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 ha. So a lot of times we say H-A, and in Spanish they say ja 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 ja. So if you were texting somebody and you thought it was funny, you'd say J-A, J-A, J-A. So that's just a little bit of a cultural note today. So vamos a comenzar con ER verb endings. And so if you guys take a look on Página 3, we're going to be talking about your ER verb endings. So you do have on the top the verb comer. So I'm actually just going to give you the endings. Again, if it starts with yo, it ends in o. So it's no different than AR verbs. Instead of AS, like you do with AR verbs, you have ES. LA, the ending is E. Usted is E. Nosotros is EMOS. Vosotros is ICE. Ellos, ellas is N. And ustedes is N. So the same formula applies, where if we're going to conjugate the verb comer, you drop off the ending, you drop off the ER, and then whatever subject pronoun you have, you throw on the ending to make sure that it agrees with it. So for example, we'll do comer first. So comer means to eat. Yo, if it starts with yo, it ends in O. Yo como. And that means I eat or I am eating. Tú comes. Él, ella come. Usted come. Nosotros comemos. Vosotros comáis. Ellos, ellas comen. And ustedes comen. And just keep in mind, vosotros is only used in Spain. So out of all the 21 Spanish-speaking countries, only Spain uses vosotros. So vamos a practicar. All of these words I'm giving you up here are cognates. Remember, a cognate is a word that looks similar, is spelled similar, and actually means the same thing as in English. So I eat pizza. The only thing you're going to have to do is throw in the definite article before the food word. So your definite article is el, la, los, or las. So I eat pizza would be yo como la pizza. Yo como la pizza. I eat tacos. Yo como los tacos. Yo como los tacos. You eat pasta. Tú comes la pasta. Tú comes la pasta. He eats calamari. Él come el calamari. We eat quesadillas. Nosotros comemos las quesadillas. Okay, so we're going to skip ahead and do IR verbs. So IR verb endings are exactly the same as ER verb endings except in two forms. So again, if it starts with yo, it ends in O. Tú, ES, él, ella, E, usted, E, nosotros, EMOS. Instead of EMOIS, it's IMOS. So IR verbs in nosotros form end in IMOS. Vosotros is is. Ellos, ellas is en. Ustedes en. So these have the same exact endings as they do as IR verbs, except for the nosotros and vosotros forms. So here we're going to conjugate the verb vivir. If it starts with yo, it ends in O. The most important thing you do is drop off the IR. Yo vivo. Tú vives. Él, ella vive. Usted vive. Nosotros vivimos. Vosotros vivís. Ellos, ellas viven. And ustedes viven. So vamos a practicar. We're going to practice. You're going to tell me I live in Nicaragua in Spanish, and then I'm also going to ask you the capital of that country. So I live in Nicaragua. Yo vivo en Nicaragua. ¿Cuál es la capital de Nicaragua? La capital es Managua. You live in Argentina. Tú vives en Argentina. ¿Cuál es la capital de Argentina? La capital es Buenos Aires. Maria lives in Chile. Maria vive en Chile. ¿Cuál es la capital de Chile? Santiago. Luis lives in Mexico. Luis vive en México. ¿Cuál es la capital de México? La capital es la Ciudad de México. We live in Cuba. Nosotros vivimos en Cuba. ¿Cuál es la capital de Cuba? Havana. Lupe and I live in the Dominican Republic. Lupe y yo. So remember, anytime you have yo with another name, you're going to use the nosotros form. Lupe y yo vivimos en la Dominicana República or la República Dominicana. Y la capital es Santo Domingo. You all live in Puerto Rico. So for this one, when you're saying you all, you would use ustedes. Ustedes viven en Puerto Rico. ¿Y cuál es la capital de Puerto Rico? San Juan. Manolo and José live in Spain. Ellos, or you can say Manolo and José. Ellos is a way to shorten it by saying they viven en España. ¿Cuál es la capital de España? Madrid. Marrisa and Penolope live in El Salvador. Ellas, which is the same thing as Marrisa and Penolope, viven en El Salvador. ¿Cuál es la capital de El Salvador? San Salvador. So this concludes just our quick lesson on how to conjugate ER-IR verbs. For the next 2 pages where you have to fill in the blank, go ahead and take the time to do that, and then you can check out the next podcast that gives you the answers to those questions. So que tenga buen día y espero que todo vaya bien. Chao.